If you know me, you know I'm constantly quoting Taylor Swift lyrics, but does that mean that I'm constantly listening to Taylor Swift? Let's see with my Spotify Wrapped. I'm a bit embarrassed to share it, not gonna lie. Why, hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Quality's not great, but we'll see. Anyway, today I am going to be showing you my top songs of the year, my top artists. I'm kind of just going through my Spotify Wrapped, but if you're not subscribed, remember you can subscribe, it is free. So yeah, if you want to follow me on Spotify, I've changed my name to Euphonic Ella, which is my new channel name, which you probably know by now. But yeah, so let's just have a look. So I'm just trying to find my like graphic, so I'll put it here so you can see it, what my Spotify Wrapped was. I'm gonna have to go like really far back in the chat with my best friend, so yeah, that'll take a while, but
2 hours later.
I think I've found it. So my top artist was Taylor Swift, which is surprising because I haven't actually listened to all of her discography. I'm going through her discography on this channel. And then my second one was Halsey, which is also surprising because I only started listening to her in the summer. Maybe I listened to her so much that she was my top artist. I'm surprised that if Halsey is on there that RAYE isn't also, because I listened to her album Euphonic Sad Songs a lot in the summer because it's really summery and I really recommend it. MARINA is third, which isn't surprising because I did loads of reactions and I listened quite a bit to her new album Ancient Dreams in a Modern Land. So yes. Then number 4 is Dua Lipa. I think I listened to a lot of Dua Lipa's like new tracks like We're Good and the 2 extra ones on the Moonlight edition because I have the clubby edition. So with Future Nostalgia there's the original which just has the original tracks, and then there's the second one which is the original tracks, but then you also get the club versions of the songs. And then there's a third version which is a Moonlight edition, which is all of the original songs and I don't know how many new tracks it is, but some new tracks. And my 5th top artist was Lana Del Rey. So I think a lot of this is down to what I've reacted to, honestly, because I think it stops counting like in October, and I was listening to a lot of new stuff from September to the start of December. And in December I didn't really listen to that much because I had COVID for 2 weeks, and I was listening to Christmas music, and I was revising, but I wasn't revising with music because I was focusing on like trying to understand the stuff for my mock. So yes, so yeah, those are my 5 top artists. Then my top songs were, the first one was Invisible String, which I'm absolutely in love with, and then we have We're Good, which I seem to listen to a lot. I feel like on my phone, when it like shuffles, it always put on We're Good in the morning because I think I had quite a small morning playlist, but now I have 2 morning playlists. I have a main one I don't really listen to that much because I don't really have time to put on music in the morning, and if I do I put the radio on or I put on an album that I have, like a CD, and I have a slow morning playlist which has like slower chill morning music, which is a lot of what's her name? Clairo and MXM Tune, which I love both of them, they're really good, and like evening music as well. My 3rd top song was Deja Vu by Olivia Rodrigo, which I think isn't surprising because, I don't know, the time that they make your Wrapped is from January 1st to like the end of October, and I think maybe I might have listened to that a lot in the spring, so maybe that's why. I also did a reaction to that song and music video when it came out. The 4th one was Prisoner with Dua Lipa, which is also not surprising. And then my 5th one was Hypocrite, which is one I discovered like kind of later on in the year, but I'm so obsessed with. It's by Annika Rose, who I found out the other day she was meant to tour with Dua Lipa, which would have been amazing because I love Annika Rose and I love Dua Lipa, and I'm going to the tour. And she was probably going to tour the American tour, and she probably wasn't going to do the British one, but still, if she went to the tour that I was at, I would have loved that because I love Annika Rose so much. Anyway, yes, so Hypocrite is such a bop. Like honestly, I can't really relate to it that much because I won't really say I'm a hypocrite and I tell my friends stuff that I don't do myself. But yeah, My top genre was dance pop, which I think isn't surprising because I listen to a lot of like boppy music. And then minutes listened is 7,291, which is not accurate whatsoever. Anyway, and something I was quite happy with, well, I know people have higher than this, less than this. I was in the top 7% of Taylor Swift listeners this year, which is crazy because I really don't listen to Taylor Swift that much, like on Spotify, so I don't know how she was top. Anyway, so yes, so now we have talked about that. Gonna look on the playlist that they told me about. So, your top songs 2021. So, let's just list some and talk about them. So first it has my first 5, and then it's got 3 AM by Halsey. Is this in order? That'd be interesting to know. Oh my god, 3 AM by Halsey. I love this song so much. It's such a bop. I went through a phase where I just listened to it like on repeat. Like I was walking to school, needed a song, I'd pick 3 AM. When it was over, I'd play it again. It's just so good. But it's really annoying because I want to like play it all the time, but when it like swears, it's very obvious that she swears in like the bridge where it goes mute, and then she just says, "Can you please pick up the bleeping phone?" It's like, if I was to play that like in my house, my parents would go. So yeah, that's fun. The next one is Love Me Again by RAYE. As I said, I got into RAYE in the summer, listened to her album, I'm obsessed with it, Euphonic sad songs. The next one is Psycho by Maisie Peters, and if you know me, I'm always referencing Maisie Peters' lyrics. It's becoming a problem actually, but Psycho was the first one that I fell in love with. Because I think I got it on my Discover Weekly, which I don't usually listen to, but I'd like to do some videos. My brother had an idea where I use a number generator to generate a number on my Discover Weekly, and then I have to listen to it. So yeah, that sounds exciting. Let me know if you'd be interested in that. But yeah, I don't know, Psycho, I'm not as obsessed with it anymore, but like when I think about it, oh my god, it's such a bop. And the music video is so good. Anyway, this channel is literally just me obsessive over music like the whole time. Anyway, Doing Time is the next one, which is in my favourite song ever written. Sometimes I think my favourite songs ever written is Doing Time by Lana Del Rey, January by Millie Turner, and then there's loads of like other ones that are like up there, but I don't want to have to pick. So I've just kind of got a playlist of my favourite songs, and they never really get removed. There's just like 30 of them. I just love them all so much. Oh my gosh. So yes, Doing Time. It's just so summery and such a vibe, but it's a bop, but it's Lana Del Rey, and Lana Del Rey doesn't usually have bops, so that's what makes it so amazing. I just love it. It's just so good. The next one is Purge the Poison, which I went mad over, which you'll see in my reaction if you've seen it, or if you want to go and see it. I was like, I'm not ready, because I wasn't. I just realised 5 minutes before the song was going to be premiered that it was coming out. I was like, oh, who told me about this? I don't know. The next one is Natalie Don't, which is another RAYE song. RAYE song. This one is probably my favourite RAYE song. It's so good. It's so good. It's such a vibe. And they sung it on, there's this like kids singing show on CBBC, Got What It Takes, and RAYE was on it, and she was teaching them how to sing Natalie Don't, and there was this girl, and she was like kind of fangirling over RAYE, and I was like, I was on that show, that would be me. I'd be dead. Like if RAYE like walked in whilst I was singing, I would just like. But I don't really like her collaborations with people. They're a bit like shallow pop. I will make a video on shallow pop, so every time I say it and people don't understand what I mean, I can just go, yeah, watch the video, and it'll be like a minute video of me like explaining it. Anyway, the next one is Finally Beautiful Stranger by Halsey on her album Manic. Manic was the first Halsey album I ever listened to. I discovered it. Spotify would not stop recommending Halsey songs from that album to me, and that's how I found Halsey. Like I always knew about her, but I never listened to her. I think I listened like to a song or two on Badlands a few years ago, but I didn't really like, because it was really popular. I remember a point where people were so obsessed with it, like I didn't go on Tumblr, but it was a really like Tumblr thing. But it's really funny now, I find websites, or I have websites like social media and stuff, like Tumblr, Twitter, Instagram, and I'm like, this is literally what I was searching for on Wattpad. I wanted a website to be able to post stories on, and then I literally like didn't know all this time there was Wattpad. No one told me about it. But anyway, so yeah, I wanted like a website to post like my life on. I think it was because I was too young for these social medias, but that's what I wanted, you know. And it's bad because like a 10-year-old doesn't need social media and doesn't need to share stuff about her life, even though I started YouTube at that point. But anyway, the next one is a Lana Del Rey song, Dark But Just a Game, which is my favourite song on Chemtrails Over the Country Club, which I reacted to also. These are all ones I've reacted to. There's not that much stuff I actually have reacted to, so it's really surprising that these are all here. But yeah, this song, it's just amazing. Like the way it changes, like it goes like kind of classical with all the piano, and then it goes into a beat with her singing, and then there's like, oh my god, it's just so good. Anyway, next one is Betty by Taylor Swift, which when I found it, like, because I listened to Folklore like up to a point, because it's like quite a long album, you know, I didn't really appreciate it until people started making covers of it, and people kept saying, oh, does Betty take James back? And I'm like, who's James? Because I didn't listen to the song enough to hear the James part. So yeah, even though it's like literally they say it once, so no wonder I was like confused. But yeah, I learned how to play it on the piano, which I don't play it very often because I don't have like notation or chord sheets of it, and when I don't have that, I forget to play songs. So yes, that is just such a nice song. I love how Taylor Swift like writes. I probably shouldn't have shoved my curtain behind my bookcase. That was scary. I love how she like tells stories with her songs, and it's just like, she's just such a good songwriter, honestly. Oh my gosh. Anyway, the next one is Waves by Fiji Blue. I discovered Fiji Blue in the summer. I think they're really good. I love like the chill vibe of their songs. I used some of their songs on my vlogs that I did in the summer when I went on holiday. So yeah, love it so much. The next one is Amsterdam, which is a song that got me through year 10, because year 10 was a pretty rough time. Just like socially. So yes, I always listen to this song. Like when I was walking to school, I was like, oh my gosh, because the meaning behind it, like your time will come if you wait for it, and it's just such a powerful song, and it's just such a bop. It's just so well made. And like the end with like the electric car going to do the electric guitar. What am I talking about? The electric guitar with the dun 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 dun. It just ends well, you know. Some songs end really badly, like with a really weak fade, but some songs end with a fade and it works. But some songs are just like, they kind of just like fade out weakly, like very weak, like Paul Simon fade. Like what song is it that it fades? I can't remember. I don't even care. I have to do it for my GCSE though. Yes, so fades are good if used efficiently. The next one is Youth by Daughter. I discovered this because my friend Ella on Instagram, that's probably not how you pronounce her name, I'm really sorry. She's got like one L in her name. She is, oh my gosh, I've forgotten what country she's from. Oh my god. Is she Turkish? I'm so sorry if you're watching this and I've forgotten your nationality. I'm so sorry. Anyway, she put this song on like her end slide on writing Instagram, and I just loved it, so I listened to the song. Oh my gosh, so good. Next one is Sweet Melody by Little Mix. I think this was another morning song that Spotify just wanted to keep playing. So yes, the next one is Ancient Dreams in a Modern Land, which I also didn't listen. This is so inaccurate. I'm just going to pick the ones that I want to talk about. Fly to You by Annika Rose. Oh my gosh, this was the first Annika Rose song that I ever heard, I think. on her EP Ventura Boulevard, and I just love it. It's just so good. Like, if I could fly, I would fly to you. It's just such a cute little song. I absolutely love The Brink by Greta Ray. I discovered Greta Ray because she's friends with Maisie Peters, and Maisie Peters did a little short where she was talking about a track on Greta Ray's album Begin to Look Around, which is one of my favourite albums as of this year. And yeah, it's just such a good song. My favourite song on the album, though, is Bigger Than Me, which is also the same name as one of my favourite Katy Perry songs. But yeah, I think that it's really good. This blind is going to come down on me. I think I've had enough of talking for now. So yes, that is the end of this video. I really hope that you enjoyed. I'd love to hear what your top songs of 2021 were. And if you have any of the same as mine or not. Who are your top artists? I'd love to hear. And yeah, I shall see you soon. Please subscribe, like, comment, and everything else. Goodbye.